Now, consequences we're going to learn throughout this journey are not necessarily punishment. Consequences, when you are consequenced, what happens? You learn something. The idea is that you learn from consequences. Let me give you an example. You take an MLB, NFL player, right? They do something wrong, and you tell them it's a $300,000 fine. That's your punishment. What do? Here you. All right, you don't write it out too. Yeah, okay. And they go back and play the game. Nothing's learned. You tell them you can't play the game for 3 games. And now you've got to come up with a little lesson for the local elementary school on how to hold your temper when you're upset. What does that do for you? Yeah, now you're like, whoa, slow down. I got to think about my behavior. I got to think about my behavior. And I've got to figure out how I'm going to learn from it. That's what consequences are. That's why we have so many adults in crisis right now. Because consequences are so disconnected from the behavior that we have so many people doing time and not learning from their behavior or learning how to correct it. So I believe if we're going to shift this, then we start with our children, because here's the news, folks, and the end of all this, your takeaway, I hope you're going to hear this, is that we are always going to be older than them. Right? Who's going to give me my juice when I'm unable to reach it on my own? Who might be the person who starts my IV? Who's the person responsible for coming in and taking care of whatever when I'm 105? You know who it's going to be? It's going to be the worst behaved kid in my class. So now that I've shocked you all, I want you to think about the worst behaved kid you've ever seen, because that's what we always talk about here. And think about that's going to be the person who makes those decisions for you. And I'm concerned. There's no kid ever leaves school and comes back 20 years later and says to you, oh, thank you so much for giving me that standardized test. Man, I learned a lot. No, they come back and they say, thank you for giving me the time of day. Thank you for teaching me this. Thank you for giving me consequences that made sense. Thanks for watching, and I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. I speak and consult on school behavior, and I love to help districts solve some of these problems. See you next time.